outstanding British lightweight champion, Michael Ayres, decided tonight to try again. At the age of 38, the opponent, Jon Honney from Basingstoke, round 2.
Round 2.
Second round. Michael Ayres, Shaka, as he calls himself, in the black trunks. The former British lightweight champion, the blue of Jon Honney, the southpaw from Basingstoke, who had 5 cracks at the English ABA Championships, reaching the semis in his best year, 1999. So that shows he's got a bit of boxing ability to get to the last 4 like that. And he's showing it here. Not big punches, but there, that left hand getting through to Ayres a couple of times. And the speed here is troubling Ayres.
Yeah, also the southpaw stance. He's standing for that straight left, Ayres, and just getting hit with that too much.
So far, not so good for Michael Ayres. And this is only 6 rounds. That counts against him a bit, I think.
Yes, it does. He's got to really pick it up and start letting the shots go.
Let's land a right hand, but he looks at the moment as if he was he's just trying to remember what the plot lines are.
Well, the balance doesn't look good from Ayres, and that's normally the first thing that starts to go. Finds he's got a bit flat-footed and don't move that well, and unfortunately that's how he's looking at the moment.
Can he find an answer? Again, speedy little punches from Honney, who looks like he's fancying the job, even though he was a bit late to the arena tonight. Stuck in a spot of traffic, we heard. He's getting with some good punches, and I think here he's beginning to think that maybe he can claim a famous scalp. Still time for Ayres, but he needs to pick it up, because at the moment Honney's outboxing him.
Well, it's a bit worrying.
Honney not happy about a low blow as they worked away in the corner there, as Ayres just tried to rough him up. That's more the kind of fight that Ayres would want. Working in close, he can negate the speed. Again, very good combination punching from Jon Honney.
Well, Honney looking good now, starting to tee off with these nice shots.
But this is Michael Ayres, once one of the top lightweights in Britain, fighting a guy who's won 5 and lost 9. You do wonder why the fellas come back at the age of 38. Is it because he just couldn't think of anything else to do?
Well, it's very hard for boxers to walk away, but walk away they've got to. It's a tough sport.
You found it hard, didn't you?
Everybody finds it hard. It's what you do. It's what you've done all your life.
Yes, easy for us to pontificate and retire fighters, but he's finding it hard at the moment, Michael Ayres, in there, and Honney's won both the rounds on my card anyway.
I was headhunted again last week.
Well, I've definitely been earmarked for the board.
In fact, I've quadrupled my turnover inside 5 years.
Can I give anyone a lift?
So, what did you say you did?
I didn't.
Round 3.
Third round. What can Ayres do about this? It certainly was not part of his plot tonight to come back and suffer what would be a pretty catastrophic defeat, because the comeback will be stopped right on the launch pad if he comes a cropper here. Just flitting around him like an annoying wasp at the moment, Honney. Finding some good little angles for his punches. Can Ayres cut him off and nail him with one?
Well, that's what it's going to take, really. Ayres has got to get his respect with a good hard shot.
It may just take 2 or 3 rounds for Ayres to get back anything like a semblance of timing. Just a little distress signal there from Honney. Seemed to cast a glance at the referee for some reason or another.
But he come back with a good right hook, which just seemed to trouble Ayres.
think one of the problems for Honney is, does he really believe he can beat somebody like Michael Ayres? Can he carry it through over the full 6 rounds? Just dropped the work rate a little, Honney, in this round so far.
Just slightly, but still trying to pick it up now, doing a bit more.
Still no real timing, though, from Michael Ayres. Again, just no snap in his punches. The cleaner work still coming from the underdog, Jon Honney of Basingstoke.
Well, Honey's got that sharpness, he's got that reaction time, he can get his shots off where it just looks like Ayres thinking about it. He remembers what to do, but just can't get the punches off.
There he misses again with the right hand. Looks frustrated. Looks like a man at the moment, doesn't he, who's thinking, I used to be able to do this and do this well, and it's just not happening for me.
Well, you know, when you're in your prime, it just comes naturally. You train, you go in the gym, and then you get in the ring, and it just all happens. It just all comes out. And at stages in your career like this, you've got to try and remember it, think about it, make it happen.
Honney doesn't want to hang around really on the ropes, needs to get out of there. That right hand gets through. That's better from Ayres. First time he's really time on, and again. Is he just starting to get to Honney? Maybe. Just looks a bit distracted at times in this round, Jon Honney, although that's good combination work from him. Close around that one.
Listen, son. That's 3. You've got 9 minutes. Listen.
I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who would attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name when I lay my vengeance upon thee. WWE Vengeance in association with Crush Hour for PS2 and GameCube. Live tonight at 1 a.m. only on Sky Box Office. Order now for just £15. Sky viewers see channel 770 for ordering information. Cable customers contact your local operator.
Seconds out. Round 4.
4th round. Honney in the blue trunks ahead against the comebacking Michael Ayres, who tells us he wishes to be billed now out of Ealing, West London. Don't know what the Tooting Popular Front are going to make of that. Still 1 or 2 blemishes by the right eye of Ayres as well. I think a big question here is whether Honney can retain the self-belief and confidence. Again, he picks off Ayres, who frankly just looks a shadow of the fighter he once was. Unkind to say, but it's the truth.
Well, that is true, Ian. I remember seeing Steve Robinson, the good featherweight in the ring a few years ago, and when he just didn't have it, he just, you know, in a fight that he should have really been far too much for his opponent, just didn't have it. He retired after that one.
You do hear 1 or 2 stories that go around the business, and I might be being unkind to Michael Ayres, but there are 1 or 2 stories that he hasn't always looked after his money so well, and that's why he has to keep coming back again. And really, he should be healthy and wealthy and retired by now, having served the sport very, very well. Good left hand from Honney there.
Yeah, he's just got the counters, he's got the style to upset Ayres here, Honney.
Hasn't got any power, though. Never scored a knockout win in his whole career of 14 pro fights, Jon Honney, so he has to do it with the skills, of which he has a few.
Well, he's keeping himself together quite well, Honney. Looking for the counters, moving when he has to. Realise he's got the extra speed. It's just, can he keep it going?
Speed and movement, just switching the angles. And Ayres, at the moment, doesn't look as if he has too many ideas about what to do about it. Just doesn't look fast enough, does he, to cope with this at the moment.
He doesn't, and I must say, a fellow fighter, and knowing Michael quite well, it's pretty sad to see him at this end of his career in a 6th round of being soundly outboxed.
Because he's a proud fighter, Michael Ayres, and he was one of my favourites to watch. Great fights with Wayne Rigby. Should he be in there at all at the age of 38? Again, just no timing at all from Ayres.
No timing, no accuracy.
It's a good effort, this, though. Don't take anything away from Jon Honney. It's a fair old effort from him. And he's won that round again. There's only 6 minutes to go in this. Glenn's card has all 4 rounds to Honney. I've got it 3 rounds to Honney, 1 even. So Ayres needs something very, very dramatic here now. We think, anyway.
Well, he's got the punch, and we know Honney at times hasn't been able to take a punch, so really he needs to find the big shot, Michael Ayres.
Can he dig up something from the memory bank and show us a bit of that old championship quality?
Well, no disrespect to Jon Honney, but it's one thing losing to Pablo Sarmiento. It's a very different thing losing to Honney.
And remember, Ayres had previously beaten Sarmiento, stopped him in 6 rounds. That's a good uppercut from an increasingly confident Jon Honney, who could be well on the way here to the win of his career. And now I think he really does believe it.
He does. He's full of confidence. He's letting the shots go. He looks strong and picking his shots well. And unfortunately, poor Michael Ayres just can't find any answers whatsoever.
It's sad, isn't it, then?
It is sad. It really is. See such a good fighter like Ayres at 38 coming back.
There's a look about him that tells you he's almost finding it sad himself.
Yeah. Well, you hit the nail on the head. This is the proud man.
Yeah.
Decent little right there from Ayres.
Not a lowish looking blow, but the referee's saying stop complaining to Honney. He thought it was okay, get on with it. Now then, Ayres might just see that as a little invitation to come forward. He did get in with a couple there. Keep the punches up.
Well, he's doing better in this round, Ayres. He seems to have hurt Honney a little bit with a body shot.
Just getting closer, Ayres. Now, can he start to let go some of that power? He can definitely hurt Honney, who, remember, has been beaten in the first round a few times in his career. If only he can find something like his old timing and snap. That's a very well-picked left hand from Honney again.
Well, he's been pretty aggressive and he's trying hard here, Ayres. Honney at times looks to be taking a bit of a respite in this round.
And he's covered a few miles in there, keeping away from Ayres. He's done it well, but that was a better round for Ayres, that one.
Got something you want to share? Then do it with Alpha Telecom. With Alpha, you can talk to the world from only 2p. Opening your Alpha account is easy. There's no need to change your phone, line or number. Call free now on 0800 915 3000 and talk to the world from only 2p. With Alpha, you can pay by credit or debit card or with cash at paypoints nationwide. Alpha Telecom. Live life to the full. Share your experience. Call free now on 0800 915 3000.
Seconds out, 6 and last round.
Michael Ayres could be on his way to a shock defeat as he returns to the ring, or would it be that much of a shock at the age of 38? Ask yourself that. He's in the black trunks. Honney's boxed well, but sometimes has seen a little bit distracted. And he has moaned a few times to the referee about low blows, some real, some imagined.
Two good counters there from Honney, and Ayres just walking onto those shots, and again just cannot get out of the way of that left hand.
See, these are the things that the fighters lose with age: speed and reflex, and to some extent punch resistance as well. Damaged by the right eye as well, Ayres. He needs something pretty big, I think, Ayres. Still not an awful lot coming from the old champion. It's a bit better from him.
Yeah, he's trying to get the shots off. He's getting a bit too close to Honney, and he can't land with close shots, spoiling some of his own work.
His timing has been absolutely awful tonight, Ayres. I think he'd be the first to admit it.
Well, at 38, he hasn't got the time to take and getting the timing back. Really needs just to get in the fight straight away, and on this form, that's not going to happen.
Right hand from Ayres that time, but it's just one shot. Nice clean left hand again from Honney. It's been a good display this from him. This is a bloke who's lost more than he's won in his career, remember that.
Well, he's performed well this evening, Honney, and I think he's on the way to a real name victory.
If there's any justice, of course. Not guaranteed from recent evidence. Ah, it's another right hand, and that's what Ayres that time. The man with no kind of punch, or so his record said, certainly shook Michael Ayres there.
Well, I think this is definitely the end of the road for Michael Ayres, or it certainly should be.
It's all over, and Honney has won it, and there's no disputing that at all. The right man gets the decision, biggest win of his career, and I think Michael Ayres really does, sad to say, have to hang up the gloves for good now. There's no point in carrying on, is there?
None whatsoever. I'm sure he'll be the first to admit there's nothing there. He just didn't have it. Beaten soundly by Jon Honney in the last round. You know, really badly hurt by someone who's never caused a stoppage in his career.
Well, there it is.
Stumbling backwards, and that's a bad sight to see. At 38, Michael Ayres really needs to think about it and hang up the gloves.
Because he's been a very good fighter, and we'll all take our hats off to everything he's done in the ring, but really for his own good, it really is time for him to call it a day. But well done to Jon Honney, who did the job well.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, referee Di Morgan has scored the contest for Ayres 56 points, for Honney 59 points. Your winner from Basingstoke, Jon Honney.
4 rounds to 1 with 1 even to Jon Honney. No exaggeration of his superiority.
Yeah, 38, I don't feel like it just seemed like the other day. But they say fighters are last to know, but I've been doing a lot better in the gym. They cut this to 6 rounds. I would have been better with 8 rounds, but there's no excuses. Jon done a good job, and I didn't do a good job tonight.
So you'll carry on?
The thing is, I mean, I feel I'm very unfulfilled still. I've done very good. I've done great things for Sky Television. I shouldn't have had the year off that I did. I'm not getting any younger. Maybe the fighters are last to know, but I've got good people advising me. But I'm still there with the game. I still think I've got more to offer. I believe I can regain my form. What I won't do after this loss, I'll either retire or I will come back and fight. I just imagine I'll come back and fight, and I won't be doing what I done last time. I won't be basking in past glory.
Well, we hope you make the right decision.
Thank you very much.
Jon Honney's night. Michael Ayres' nights were long ago, weren't they?
Yeah, I think they were. You know, 5 years ago he looked terrible in a couple of fights. Roger Sampson, Anthony Maynard came back and boxed brilliantly. I can't see him doing it again at 38. You know, and he's got to admit when he watches that his defence was appalling. Jon Honney, with all due respect, is a good fighter, but he's not top class. And you know, Michael Ayres surely must realise now is the time to give up.
At the age of 38. 29-year-old cruiserweight returned to action after a long absence tonight.